Your life vest is stowed under your seat. When instructed, slip the vest over your head.
It is impossible for us Ghanaians to take a plane to Europe without a visa. On the other hand, Europeans are never shy of sending us back by plane for free. Where we invest months and thousands of dollars to get across the water, they see to it that we are back to square one within 8 hours. When you talk to people here, you sometimes get the feeling that one half of the inhabitants have already been deported and the other half plans to leave. Migration is a hot topic.
What I wanted was just to travel to Europe. My father wanted me to go to school because he said, Aziz, you should be patient in life. But I didn't listen to him. And actually, I regretted for not listening to my father. I regret it so much.
You spend a lot to go, a lot of expectations on you. Then when you come back home empty-handed, nothing. You are a loser. You understand that?
Aminu and Aziz had never met before. Even though they came from the same town, they crossed the same desert to Libya and put themselves down in the same lousy jobs to get the money for the crossing. They got to know each other on the Libyan beach, waiting for the boat that would take them, along with 35 others, to Europe.
The captain claimed to know how to drive the boat, but he didn't know how to drive it. He confessed to us that, my brothers, I don't know how to drive the boat. I just wanted to go to Europe, so please forgive me. Whatever happens, I'm sorry. So we got into the high seas, we passed international waters, and then we were between Italy and in Malta. So that was when we saw the Capanamo ship. So they were waving at us, calling us to come to them, but we ignored them because we just wanted to go without anybody's rescue.
The Italian coast was so close. The men on the rubber boat did everything possible in order to enter the country unseen. Who knows what happens to you when they pick you up from the sea? Who knows what they will do to you? But when the nice weather changed to a dark storm and the waves became higher and higher, they had no choice but to call for help.
We're just about to drown. So I personally removed my shirt and I waved it to the boat, the Capanamo. And then they rushed and came to our rescue. It was shocking. Actually, I was emotionally depressed. I asked myself, what did I do wrong? Because others get it so easy. It's like I was being rejected by God.
Inside the ship, we didn't have enough details of what was happening. We're just more or less like captives, even though they didn't capture us. It got to a point where we're so frustrated because we wanted to get to the land.
Finally, the Italian authorities gave the Capanamo permission to sail to the port. The feeling of relief when Aminu and Aziz finally were able to set foot on European soil quickly changed to despair when they were put on the plane back to Ghana without mercy.
That moment was the worst moment of my life because I thought like I had lost everything. All my dreams and my aspirations were just gone.
Aziz tried to reach Europe again. He spent a number of miserable and humiliating years there. Without the right papers, he was forced to live in the shadow of European prosperity. This was not exactly what he dreamed of as a boy.
After traveling to Europe, I came back without any success. I came here and I saw my classmates and my colleagues. They've gone far ahead of me, like maybe 10 years gap, a gap that I cannot cover.
It is very difficult to accept that our European dreams often fail. In order not to lose hope for a better future, we try to close our eyes and forget countless family and friends who lost their lives along the way. And those who were sent back, well, that was just bad luck, right? Anyone unable to soothe his fear so easily can always take courage from photoshopped pictures in which Ghanaians pose with a Porsche, a blonde woman, and a beautiful house somewhere in that distant Europe. Now, Aminu and Aziz know better. Together they have faced death, and today they devote themselves to preventing others from putting their lives at risk for an illusion.
I will never advise my enemy to embark on this journey. So let's tell the youth what they don't know. Let's share our experiences with them. Or I just want illegal migration to be unattractive to the youth. Walking in the desert is very difficult. So this is the means that we used to travel across the desert to Italy. You see, these are pictures of people who have not made it, the unfortunate ones. You see, this is a dead body on the track. That's a dead person. The route is very dangerous. So if you try to travel to Libya, they will abduct you, kidnap you, and you call your parents for ransom. So if your parents are not able to afford, this is what they do to you. They beat you up and then chain you in their cells. So if you want to gain your freedom, they will sell you to employers. If they decide to put you into prostitution, they will lock you in a room, and men will be coming in and be going out until you make that kind of money for for your release. My last word for you is, I spent 8 years living outside Ghana. What I wanted, I didn't find it there. When you go there, you don't have documents, you are nobody. You are always on the run. What you see on television is not the real thing. You must have a reason for traveling to Europe. If it is on scholarship, then that is fine. So please, do not rush to travel out. You study hard. Who knows? There might be ministers among you. There might be parliamentarians among you. But it's going to come from you. Your dedication towards your studies will actually show you who you will be in the future.
My name is Issa Fusena. I am 23 years of age. I would like to study in UK and become a teacher.
But I would like to be an artist in future. I'll go to like outside country like USA.
I want to be a musician.
I want to be a nurse in future at German.
When I was 8 years, then I've been dreaming about it, to be in outside countries one day, especially Europe countries.
The fact that Europe treats immigrants badly, that one cannot stop them from going. We only have to look for solutions because there are always push factors. Why do people still want to go? Why do people want to travel? Apart from some are aware that it's dangerous and they can lose their lives, but yet they are still desperate to go. This boils down to the economic situation of the country. There is high rate of youth unemployment. That is what we have to tackle.
Yes, if there was enough work here, we would not leave. Yet, it sometimes seems as if it has become a part of our DNA to venture the journey to Europe. Maybe that's another reason we hold on so hard to that dream, despite all the risks, despite all the stories of humiliation, poverty, and death.